Trump has cut my food stamps down from $2,800 down to $350. Okay, my previous video of me trying to expose all this corruption going on in the Trump administration. I got nothing but a bunch of hate for it. Everybody telling me go get a job, go do this. You know, I'm lazy, I'm useless. But at the end of the day, none of you guys know my situation. Okay, most of you guys have never been probably lower class or ever been poor or ever been through any kind of rough situations. Okay, and most of you probably don't got 5 kids, and I've got one on the way. That's the issue. And if I need some help from the government, then
Oh, word? Hold on. Y'all see his truck?
what's the issue of me getting some fucking help? I mean, that's the big thing here is like everybody's always talking about, oh yeah, we need to help the lower class, but now that I'm getting help, and then it literally all gets taken away. Now everybody's got a problem with it, and it literally makes absolutely no sense, makes no fucking sense, man. And I seriously, I mean, I'm not even sure what I was trying to get out of that last video, other than just trying to expose all this corruption going on. But I don't know. I mean, it's I don't know. It's super.
By the look of his truck, he is the only person corrupt in this situation. And if you guys recall, we actually did a review on the first video that he was referring to. And I'll put it at the end as far as like the videos that it'll recommend. He should be in the thumbnail. But his situation that he outlined was that he's a married man and him and his wife already have 5 kids. Now, what he didn't share in that last video is that they have another one on the way. So a 6th kid. So my thing is, right, and by the way, they were getting almost 3,000 in food stamps. Almost 3,000 in food stamps. And his issue was now they've cut it down to like 300. And he said he voted for Trump. And now he's upset. Listen, my stance was then the same that my stance is now. Nobody told you to have all those kids that you couldn't take care of. Because, see, I feel like that's just poor leadership. And I can explain why. It seems like to me from the last video, based on the decor, that like he lives probably with a family member, like, or they stay with a family member, because the decor was just like it was a grandma's house or something. And that tells me that you can't take care of yourself because you're staying with your grandma. But yet you have all this time to keep procreating, and yet you don't have time to work more. And now what's been revealed is he's got that nice truck that he could sell and make some good money on. Some good money. So now what he's revealed as well is that he probably just makes bad decisions and he just doesn't have a very good leadership calculus. So I'm sure we'll be seeing him again and we'll stay on top of it.
And here we go with this bitch, y'all. So I've been sitting up here watching this whole food stamp shenanigan going on, right? But see, now people done popped out the woodwork talking about they save food stamps because they done saved up 10 bands, 6 bands, 4 bands, 3 bands, and
In the bed with that thing on her head. I might have to make a t-shirt because this is just sad.
now all their food stamps is gone off their card. The ones they done saved up. But make it make sense, Pooh, because if you was able to save up that much food stamps, why the crap you only had one deep freezer? Why your kitchen wasn't overflowing? Because he had you to save for a reason. So why wasn't overflowing in the kitchen? And second of all, y'all sitting out here stressing for no apparent reason. Because have you forgot? Baby, he says, cast all your cares upon me because I care about you. So that means whatever you going through, baby, rest with show he already got that. And that means any type of hobby that you working on or something like that, that means it's time for you to put it in play. It's time for you to be your own thoughts, because they don't care about you, your kids, your family, or whatever else you got going on because they eat good. It's time for y'all to come on and get up off what you gonna own, and let's get to work. Yeah. And here we go.
It is time for them to get to work, but it is not time to take whatever that hobby is that you like to do and be your own boss. Listen, man, I don't know who put that thought process into my community, man, that we go from destitute, relying on the government, can't take care of ourselves, have to be funded by the taxpayers, to we think we're going to skip the job step of actually getting a job, and we're just going to become bosses out of thin air when we don't understand anything about business. Because I see it all the time. I met this dude, man. He said he had 5 LLCs and he was bragging. I was like, do you know how easy it is to do an LLC? Bruh, what are you doing though? How much revenue are you bringing in though? And then they always pause when we get to that point. Because a lot of people are doing business based on vanity metrics. Let me explain. He just wanted to be able to brag and said he has all these LLCs, but he's not really bringing money in, because that's truly what money is. I mean, what business is. Money in. If you're bringing money in, I don't care what your designation, I don't care if you have it structured properly, you have a business because you're bringing money in. And best believe, when it's tax time, it's going to reflect that. But if you're doing all the admin work and you're doing all the structuring and all this vanity stuff, the only thing that you've done is you've just spent money and brought money out. Most people try to get in business, and the first thing that they try to do when they try to start a business is start trying to think of all the ways they can spend money as opposed to make money. And they think it's business. So, no, you just need to get a job. Maybe you can learn a little bit about business on your job, but we don't need to be trying to focus on. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. I meet people so much and they're just, what do? I'm an entrepreneur. And it's like, what type of entrepreneur? And then you should see the way that their face light up. They're like, oh, nobody ever goes beneath the surface and asks me actually what type of entrepreneur. Yeah, what type of entrepreneur? I got my LLC. I make candles that no one's ever bought except my family.
Okay, y'all, I got my letter from DSS because, as you know, I did apply for food stamps. And this is what it says. Dear Miss Yada Yada, your application for SNAP received November 24th has been approved for November 2025 through October 2026. For the month of November, you will receive $183. If you applied after the 15th, you will also receive $785 for $12.25. So they actually gave me money for November and December. I have to go and get some things signed by my doctor. Let me see where it says that at. Because you're getting SNAP benefits right away, we delay verifying necessary information through federal electronic matches and you providing verification to the agency. You must provide the following information by 12/5/25 in order to continue receiving SNAP benefits. They want a completed physician's form and proof of rent. Y'all, I have no insurance. Like, how am I going to get a physician's form with no insurance? I don't know. I don't know. I might end up in the hospital. Who knows? Okay, y'all, I got.
If you're listed as disabled, what it seems like that's how she's getting her benefits, and how nice of the government that they actually front you the money first, and they'll just go ahead and start taking care of you because they know that it's a desperate situation before they've even gotten the verification that they need on their side. So the government's great. Congratulations. They're funding you. But if you're disabled, shouldn't you already have some type of note that says you're disabled? That would be pretty easy. Because for you to claim to be disabled, that should have been already something that was established. It should be pretty easy to just either bring back the note or just get another one. But I'm going to be honest. I don't see what could be wrong with her. Mentally, she seems fine. She can read. I know brothers out here can't even read. They're not disabled. They just wasn't paying attention in school. And, I mean, she seems like she can move around. Now, what the disability could be, we're just going to have to be honest over here. Let's be honest. She's obese. So is that what she's trying to claim as the disability? That she's obese? Because I guess if you go to the doctor and you just tell him, I can't do certain things that other normal people can do, and then he looks and he says, well, I guess that's kind of true. And then next thing you know, you just run around feeling disabled. Maybe. Man, somebody sent me this clip. A friend of mine sent me a clip on Instagram, and he sent me this. It's from a dating show. And this dude, he said he wanted somebody fit. And she said, what do you mean by fit? This dude said, she's got to look like she can run, jump, and climb. So I guess she's disabled in that she possibly can't run, jump, and climb. But we'll leave it there for today, y'all. Do me a favor. If you could like the video, I'd appreciate that. Also, hype the video. Hyping is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And it basically pushes us and gives us the same visibility as it gives the larger content creators and helps us grow faster. So if you could hype the video as well, I'd appreciate that also. And Patreon's link below if you want to see self-improvement content. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.